Thank you very much, Amy Scobee, for having Anonymous in your room.
Yes.
And having a little chit-chat about your time in Scientology and your new book.
Yeah.
We had a great symposium today, and now we like to have the opportunity to get some more information one hand. So why don't we start off with your book? You wrote it, and
yes, I wrote the book. This is Scientology, Abuse at the Top. This covers not just David Miscavige hitting people or something like that, because that was laid on the chain of several abuses that had occurred in Scientology. And I say at the top because the top of Scientology is the Sea Organization, which I joined at age 16. So it's my ventures because throughout the years I've been assigned to the RPF, Rehabilitation Project Force, 4 times. And while being on the RPF, I've been in the RPF's RPF several times. And no human being should actually have to go through those experiences. The first time I went to the RPF, I was 16 years old. And that information is contained in there, plus the experiences that I went through while I was there. But it brings you through the whole kind of evolution in time, and will give people a really good picture of what actually goes on and what happens and what's life like there. And I think it's important, and I made it, it's very simple to read, it's not long, but it takes you through the whole story, and it also takes up the subject we were talking about today with regard to disconnection in the family, because that is something that's totally devastating, and it's why I really began speaking out against Scientology, because that's a human right violation, and it's devastating to people. Because no religion, quote unquote, or any body should be able to dictate whether or not you're going to remain in communication with your own family members and loved ones. Yeah. So this is really an important subject, and I went through a lot in writing it. It was, I cried, I laughed my ass off. I was trying to understand for myself, why did I not do something when I went through it? What was the thought process that I went through, and some stuff like that. And it was actually fascinating, and I was able to really pull out of a lot of the ingrained ideas that I had during that time while doing it. So it was really good for me to do it.
So it was kind of a therapy for
very
you
therapeutic
to concentrate on the topics. And I think there might have been 1 or 2 times when you really thought, from the aftermath view, that can't really have happened to me.
Absolutely. I was like that. Absolutely.
So why did you join Scientology in the first place? How did that happen?
My mom was a Scientologist. Somebody that she worked with was a Scientologist, brought her into a mission up in the Seattle area, a Scientology organization in Seattle, and she got started. And she just, at night, she started going to class while my brother and I would stay home. I was 14 at the time. And then one day somebody from the Scientology Center called my house, and I said, no, my mom's not here. No, I want to talk to you. Me? What do you want to talk to me about? It was interesting to me that they were interested in me, And the person at that time said, I understand that you're a very bright girl, and and we want to see that you're successful in life, and we may have some tools that you might be interested in. Could you come in and have an interview? I said, I'll ask my mom, So when my mom came home, I said, Scientology wanted, me to come in for an interview, and could I come in? And she said, yeah. So I was really interested that they were even interested. So I was curious, what is this, And it's something my mom's doing, and she never even brought it up to us before, really. So I went in for an interview, and they said you could go far, because I could see you got all this potential and all yakadoo. So they want me to do a communications course to improve my communication skills. And so I said, Mom, give me the money. So she gave me the money. I did the course. It was a lot of fun because there was, communication drills, and I met a bunch of new people, and it was kind of a new group, and it was all exciting. And on the course, the first thing that the instructor told me, her name was Sally at the time, she was a really nice lady, she told me about what we believe basically is that you're a spiritual being, you're not your body, you've lived before, you'll live again. we have tools to make you really successful in life and all this kind of stuff. And so I was like, great, you know, and now I started learning everybody who was there, and they were all nice to me, and the next thing you know, they were recruiting me for staff. I'm 14 years old. So I did join. I quit school. I never even looked at a high school. I quit at 9th grade, and I never went on to high school, and I went on full-time staff. The story tells you the experiences that I went through. There's some traumatic situations that went on, and how I joined the Sea Org and everything, but I joined the Sea Organization right after my 16th birthday.
You were promoted very early.
Yes.
That must have really had a great impact on you, because being promoted to the Sea Org.
I felt like I had a career in life,
yeah.
An exciting career already at a young age. Most of my friends were just smoking pot and didn't know what they were going to do in life. I had a career now, and people who were really interested in me, and you know, I could see that I could be very successful.
How did your mommy react to your promotion?
She did not want me to join the Sea Organization. In fact, she disapproved it and said, no, she's too young, she needs to finish school, you don't have my parental okay. And she was really hammered about how off-purpose she was, and how she was suppressing me. Because I want to move on, and she's not, you know, we're all beings, not bodies, you know. And she'll continue with her schooling, and she'll be able to come and see you all the time, all these lies. And so basically with that pressure and with all those false assurances, she said, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you joined and got sucked in.
Yeah, I did. I got sucked in completely. And I joined, the first thing I did was go to Copenhagen. And all the adventures are in here, so I don't want to just kind of go through the whole track and stuff like that. But I ended up in international management, and I was at the Hemet base in California for 20 years. And I held various executive posts there, and I was responsible for celebrity centers, and I was responsible for different sectors, the Scientology org sector, like I was talking about, the Hamburg org, and Golden Era Productions. I was over that sector, and Association for Better Living and Education at one point, and so on. Sometimes I held several of them at the same time. But that position, you're responsible for putting management there to manage those sectors so that they thrive and that they're successful. And that's what that was. And while in that position, that's when I witnessed the physical abuse and assault and battery committed by David Miscavige on several other executives in the church.